Today is Friday.
Any plans for Friday night?
You can party.
We got a party now.
I'm ready to party.
Okay, party people. Start the party.
Enjoy your last look at my ass, because I'm going to party it off.
This show is not high on my list of priorities.
We're the three best friends that anyone can have, and we'll never, ever leave each other.
It's the Steve and Vikki Podcast with Tom Sullivan. They used to be radio's number one with women and men, but the suits let them go for a childish replacement. So now they broadcast from Steve's dark and stinky basement.
Oh, yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast, Steve and Vikki. I'm Steve McCoy, Vikki Locke. Tom Sullivan's with us, of course.
Hi.
And we desperately need sponsors because when Tom and I came to Steve's house, oh my gosh,
Tragic.
all the furniture is gone.
Literally.
Yeah, times are tough.
You should see the chair. We're going to take a picture of what he wanted me to sit in. I said, Steve, you know what? Unidentifiable stains, I have a problem with. I do.
No, the couch is gone. I had a green couch, which Vikki has been sitting on the past few weeks for the podcast.
Gone.
And I've got an explanation. My son, Ryan, moved to Topeka, Kansas. He's an assistant coach of the minor league hockey team there. There's the Topeka Roadrunners and the Topeka Capitals, and they do quite well. They went on to the playoffs, both teams, I think, last year.
Great.
So he's the assistant coach, and he looks great on the bench.
I saw it, and Steve, he looks a little bit like you on the profile. It's like a mini Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does look a lot like
I think
me.
he looks like Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, you're right.
I've always said that.
I saw that, too. I saw that right
Well,
in
the girls do call him JT at the office. They thought that he looks like Justin Timberlake, too, so they call him JT, and he does a little dance, they said. And
I remember asking him, I said, do you hate that I think that you look like that? He said, yeah.
And we just got back in last night at 12:35 from driving all the way back.
Thus, you haven't
Linda
shaved,
and
I can tell.
Yeah, right. I haven't shaved, and I
So
did
you
shower.
gave him all your furniture?
Well, no, we took,
The kid's 42. He really should be able to afford.
Steve, rooms to
a
go,
sofa.
no financing until 2020.
Yeah, I know. I've got a couple of funny stories from our trip to Topeka since we were talking about furniture. So we show up with furniture. We've got couch, bed, table lamps, coffee table, end tables, everything, a TV stand, a TV, everything that the kid could possibly need.
Did you get a big
We
U-Haul?
How big is the place?
We had, it's a small apartment, 1-bedroom apartment that he got. So we show up and he says, oh my gosh, he goes, Mom, Dad, you shouldn't have brought all this. I didn't need all this. I don't want all this. I don't want to be responsible for all this. And his mom, oh, you need this. So we unload it. We get it up in the house. We're moving it all around and everything. The next day when he goes to work, she says, I was going to go to the store and get some items for you. He says, no, Mom, really, I don't need anything more. So she hits Bed Bath & Beyond.
I know it.
Bed Bath & Beyond, and I don't know what else.
Hope she used a coupon, 20% off.
I don't know. I hope so, too. But she came back with everything. She got measuring spoons, measuring cups,
oven
scissors.
Things that he'll never use.
Yeah. Oh, right. Oven mitts. Oh, yeah. He'll never bake. I mean, I didn't use measuring cups till I was 38. I don't think.
Well, they have, Bed Bath & Beyond, that's Cost Plus, but they have like personal care products there, like condoms. They have that kind of stuff.
Oh, really?
They do?
Yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond.
And they're monogrammed, right?
Oh, yeah. Give it just a minute, though, Vic. You'll be able to read the whole name. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and the funniest thing, I actually took a picture to show you to prove she bought him a pair of shears. And look at the scissors, what they say on them. Let me bring this up.
Okay.
What's it say?
Betty Crocker.
Yeah, right. Betty Crocker shears.
Get a black Sharpie and cross it out,
And who cares, really? If you need a pair of scissors, do you care what it says?
You know what you could say? It's his hot housekeeper, who comes over on weekends.
Yeah.
She's into crafting.
But he has more stuff now than he ever will possibly use.
Window treatment.
Yeah, everything.
What kind of fabric did he pick up for the blinds?
Not much to do in good old Topeka. It's a very clean state. Very flat state, but not much going on there.
So he can't get into trouble. Just work and home and getting laid.
Did
I say that?
Wow, you did.
Getting laid. But Steve, admit now, this was off the air, but you told me this earlier that you caught your son pouring beer on his hand. You said, son, what are you doing? He goes, Dad, I'm getting my date drunk. Vikki, get it?
Yeah. Let me
It was a light beer, though.
And since you're talking about families, I'll share a family story. It's a quickie.
All right.
Not that kind of quickie.
Oh.
Mike's mother is 92, I believe. 92. Still lives on her own, but they got her one of those medic relief necklaces.
Oh, yeah.
Where,
You press the button and it calls automatically.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's 3 times they came out to help her out, and she had pushed it accidentally.
Oh, all accidentally?
3 times in
Do
one
they take
week.
it away from you eventually or
No.
fine you like they do if your house alarm goes
That's
off?
a good question.
I wonder.
Well, they probably
Poor-
charge
poor
you a little
people.
bit, but I keep thinking of that woman from those commercials. Help, I've fallen and I can't get up. Remember her?
Oh, yeah.
She's dead now, Tom. You should feel badly.
She finally just couldn't make it up at all. Nobody came. Medical alert thing, batteries went out.
Let's just have a moment of silence
Yeah.
right now. Okay, moment's up.
Oh, one other story from Topeka. So we're meeting everybody that he works with there, and a real nice staff of people for the Topeka Roadrunners and the Capitals. There's one guy that we're talking with that has something to do with broadcasting, and we're talking about radio a little bit, and he says, he goes, I'm going to go, and I said, it's my birthday. And I said, oh, what are you doing? And he said, nothing really. I said, you got to come out to dinner with us. Let's go celebrate your birthday. Come out to dinner with us. He goes, well, that's very nice of you. So he accompanies us. We go out to dinner. We find the sports bar. So we walk in. He and Ryan walk in last. We walk in first, my wife and I. And all of a sudden, as we walk in and as he walks in, actually, the room just burst out into applause. Just everybody is just cheering and applauding. And he looks up and he looks at Ryan. And then he looks at me and he looks back at Ryan. He goes, Ryan, you didn't do this, did you? And then he looks back at the crowd and why did everybody burst into applause? Well, they're all watching the Royals on television. They got a home run over Baltimore, and everybody's going crazy.
Steve,
and
I
he
was getting all
thought
emotional about
it
that.
was a surprise birthday party that Ryan had, and then he looks around and he realizes nobody's here that I
Oh,
that I
my
know.
gosh.
I thought they were all like,
Ryan,
No,
you
no.
didn't. You arranged a surprise party for me. Oh, I'm so touched.
Yeah, no, it's
Sit
the
down.
Royals.
You're blocking the TV.
Everybody's looking up at the TVs, and I said, "Oh my gosh, this poor guy." So we made fun of him the rest of the night.
That's funny.
Had a great time making fun of him. Yeah, it's your birthday, huh? Yeah, sure. Everybody's here. So I felt bad, but
Now,
fun
is that
stuff.
the story that had you laughing for an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to see his face. I mean,
That's
he really
true.
thought.
Because then you can relive it.
Yeah,
If you
that's what
see
I'm
the
doing.
face over
It's
and
kind of like
over
when
again.
it's kind of like when we were at the March of Dimes, and we can laugh today about it. When we did the March of Dimes year after year we would be on this platform that was up in the air about 6 feet maybe, and they'd always bring on this dance troupe that did aerobics for the crowd for the March of Dimes Walk America to get them in gear, right? And then they'd always have a guy dressed like Barney, the dinosaur.
And so Barney's up there, and I think they're getting ready to do the Pledge of Allegiance or sing the Star Spangled Banner. For some odd reason, everyone is looking at the direction of a flag or something. And I see Barney doing a little dance, falls off the ledge,
Back, part of the stage.
gets up and rubs his little fake head. And I am laughing to the point of I can't breathe. And people are just looking at me. I don't think I was ever invited back.
So
What is your
patriotic.
problem? I'm like, Barney fell. And then, he fell and you're laughing. He could have hurt himself.
Yeah.
But maybe it is something like you had to be there.
You love people who fall down and hurt
Dude,
themselves.
it makes me laugh.
And I laugh about it every
But
time.
remember that video we saw from that reporter from Fox 5 who was at Chateau
Doing
Elan?
the grapes.
And doing the
Great.
grapes, she went, oh! And she like went into
Which is so mean because I think she was really hurt.
She was.
But we watched it how many
Yeah.
times? 100?
It's been voted one of the top 5, I think, videos of all time.
Wow.
I saw.
You mean the most viewed? Oops, excuse me.
The most
Oh,
viewed.
there goes your left breast again.
Jeez,
Hitting
Vikki.
the mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you push your boobs down because I couldn't hear you?
Vikki does the show topless. That's why we're doing this week after week. I'm trying to do 2 or 3 more a week.
We're getting the webcam next week.
Yeah.
Wait for a sponsor.
So Steve can get some new furniture.
Listen. Okay,
Getting bigger by the minute.
Olsen speaking. Come on down.
I'm going to bring my audio from me on The Price is Right next week, by the way.
Okay,
Oh.
I've been saying that.
Speaking of The Price is Right, you got to listen to this audio. This is funny. It's just happened last week. Okay, so you know how they have the 4 or 5 contestants lined up, right? Well, they bring out a hammock to show off, and you got to guess the price of the hammock without going over. Listen to the bid from the last guy on the hammock.
Hey, how about a final prize to bid on, George?
Well, Drew, kick back and relax in a new hammock. Just sit back and relax in this plush hammock, which features a signature stand that's crafted from Southern Cypress.
Thank you very much. Sony, what do you bid?
$750.
$750. Good luck. Mary Sue.
Hi, $1,200, please.
$1,200. Aaron.
$755.
$755. And Corey.
$7,000.
$7,000? Actual retail price, $880. Come on up here, Aaron. $880.
What a maroon. What an ignoramus.
Oh, did you hear about Facebook and Apple are offering female employees to pay for freezing their eggs?
They just give you everything.
Because what they're really trying to do, some of the women said, was they're trying to show more emphasis. Your job is more important right now. Freeze your eggs for later. But it's very expensive, $12,000 to $15,000.
That's what I mean. My gosh, I was there. A friend of mine works at Facebook, and she gave me the tour. They do everything. They provide their transportation, every meal, their dry cleaning, their any computer, any gadget they need, and everything is given to them. Because I guess they want to keep the good people, and so that kind of didn't surprise me. And then, didn't Zuckerberg give $25 million for the fight against Ebola?
Yeah,
So-
to the CDC. Yeah, he did.
Wow.
That's just because anything that's going to go viral, he wants to be on top of it. Bop.
Steve, that's a good one.
That's a good one, isn't it?
It really is, Steve. You just almost broke into your Skip Carey voice, which reminds me, I'm going to be going after that GM job of the Braves.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of baseball lately. I've been
Have
watching
you?
the Giants. I really have. I'm a Posey fan, San Francisco Giants.
Because you're a poser.
Whoa. Posey!
I'm surprised. So are you getting into
Well,
it?
my friend Robin, she is from San Francisco. And, of course, my sister lives there. So, I have a little heart there.
Little Heart in San Francisco.
Yeah,
You left it there? Wow.
Yeah.
Good title for a song.
High on the Bridge. Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad you're into baseball.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Are you into football?
Yes, the Falcons.
Boy, tough game last weekend, and the schedule's just going to get tougher and tougher.
I know.
I'm telling you, I think my little thing's going to come true. Mike Smith, I think he's going to get fired.
We'll find out.
I mean, I don't know.
Did we bet on that? I do not believe we did.
No, we didn't. You want to?
No?
Yeah, come on, do it. Let's wager.
Oh. You can bet him. Go ahead.
No, Vikki, you're the sports right here.
He might be right. So I'm not going to bet against that.
Well, we're not going to bet a whole bunch of money. I mean, we can't even afford furniture, so let's just figure out.
So, Vikki, what went on in your world this week?
Well, I think the big story was Tom and I were talking about this, Time Magazine, and they were talking about teens that are big influencers.
Mm-hmm.
And Malayla, of course, should she not be number one? Here is a young woman who is fighting for nothing more than to be able to go to school, which as Americans, we all have that right. She's shot in the head by the Taliban. She continues that fight, and she is listed in the same sentence with the Jenner girls. Really? Are you kidding me?
Well, I thought the same thing initially until I heard it discussed on The View, where the lady said, Rosie Perez said that, these are kind of role models for younger teens. It is
That's
a teen survey.
pretty sad if they're their models.
But
their life is what? They get a paycheck for a reality TV show where they're pretty, which I've never seen, so I guess I can't really judge.
But I haven't either. But I think maybe that because of the their infatuation with them, the girls aren't to blame. I think it's so many people are watching them. I don't watch the Kardashians. Do you?
You've got a granddaughter. Would you want her to look up to Malayla or to the Jenners or the
certainly.
Kardashians?
No, not the second choice at all.
Thank you.
Certainly, but I'll tell you this: when Ryan lived out in Breckenridge, Colorado, the last year. He had 3 female roommates that lived with him, and they were all in their early 20s to 24, I think. And he said that when the Kardashians came on, that they all sat there and watched that show and loved them. And
did these girls have jobs?
Yeah, they all had jobs.
They did?
Yep.
Well, obviously, they're huge.
Making a ton of money for Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
that's
He's a producer.
That and his new clothing line at Macy's. which I've not seen yet. But
Steve's wearing one of his shirts.
Are you really?
Yeah,
Let me
see?
Wow, I love
Burlap holds a crease.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice? Yeah, very nice. Hey, let me play a little game with you guys. See if you can guess some voices here. Because I've been doing voice work here ever since I left the airwaves and doing a lot of voices of video game characters and stuff like that. And I came across an article with some audio attached to it. Some big stars that I never knew of have done voices when they were kids for cartoons and so forth.
Okay, let's play.
Music. Have to give you some hints too. Now, this first person is a big time music celebrity.
How could he support a wife? He sleeps all the time.
Britney Spears.
Nope, not Britney Spears. A little bit older than Britney.
Older than Britney. Who is it?
It's Fergie.
Fergie.
Yeah, that was Sally Brown she did the voice of Sally Brown on the Charlie Brown cartoon series.
Wow, that was Sally.
Yeah, Sally, Charlie's sister.
Oh,
Fergie did voices when she was a kid.
I thought you were going to give us clues.
Well, I couldn't think of one. Number 2. So listen to the second voice. The more adult voice is the guy.
Okay. And if you don't tell the truth about it, T-Bone, I'm not going to be your friend anymore.
Cleo, I don't think you really mean that.
I did tell the truth. And if you don't believe me, then I'm not going to be your friend anymore either.
T-Bone, don't say that.
Fine.
It's Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Right.
The voice.
Gosh.
He was a star. He's dead now, unfortunately. Died young. Three's Company.
Oh, John Ritter.
Oh.
John Ritter was the voice of Clifford the Big Red Dog. I never knew that. Yeah.
Tom, we suck at this.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of cartoons.
Now, give us a big, loud roar. Mr. Waternoose, there's no time for this. Come on, what are you waiting for? Roar! But sir, roar!
That one sounded like John Goodman.
That's John Goodman.
Yes.
Very good,
I
Tom.
got one.
One to nothing.
Tom.
I'm a
Good
loser.
stuff. All right, this is a big-time movie star.
Is he going to make it, Thomas?
Sooner he gets back to England, the better.
Elton John.
No.
Is the ship ready yet?
Any minute now. Just loading the last bit of cargo.
The ship's almost ready. We'd better get you on board. We'll lose the tide.
No, not yet.
He'll die if he stays here.
That's from the Ten
Give us
Commandments.
another
I love that
clue.
movie.
A clue. If I give you one clue, it'll give it away.
Yeah, come on, just try us.
Right. Steven Spielberg movie. He was in the Steven
E.T.
Spielberg as a kid.
Elliot.
Went on to play a murderer in a very successful movie.
The guy who was in Jaws?
No.
A murderer. Oh, so
Batman.
Oh.
George Clooney?
No.
That-
Latest
Christian
Batman.
Bale?
Yeah, Christian Bale.
Oh, no.
That's Christian Bale.
Well, Steve, you know what? I got to start watching more cartoons, but I got one right, though.
You did.
I feel
Very
pretty good.
John
Speaking
Goodman.
of prizes, we offered a prize on last week's show, and I thought it was a great
Hoping
prize.
you'd forget.
It was a bottle of the toilet spray called Poopery. And I just happened to bring some for each of you. Now, I'm going to hand you your bottles, but don't read the titles until you get them, okay?
Okay. I'm very excited. This stuff is really good stuff.
Steve, I know sometimes you're full of it, so I brought you the big bottle.
Thank you.
But don't read what it says yet. Okay. All right. Vikki,
I'm not looking.
I brought you
I'm
one.
not looking.
All
Okay.
right.
All right.
Okay, now read yours, Vikki. What's yours say?
Mine says, instead of sitting pretty, shh, pretty.
Okay, see what's yours say?
Mine says Poopery, heavy duty, the right tool for the big load.
And you spray it in the the bowl before you go, and it seals the odor. So
It does. It really does work. This stuff is great.
So I brought a bottle of Call of the Wild Poopery, When Nature Calls, for one of our Facebook fans.
Yeah.
Well, let's remind people, it was how many times Vikki went to the bathroom for your colonoscopy prep?
Because my husband had the audacity to actually keep score.
He counted the number
And
of
he
times.
said, "You should be proud. This could be a world record." I said, "I'm never speaking to you again."
So tell everybody the amount of
No.
times.
Please, Steve, you know, don't you know, Steve?
No
I know.
one should
We
know
have to know,
this.
and I want to know, because I went and got all this stuff.
Okay, yeah, you did. She went 30 times.
Oh, my gosh. I was like an 18. 30 times, Vikki. My goodness. I think I'm sitting higher up on a chair over here. I think I get really
30 times.
30
Wow.
times?
You're the most backward-ass advanced life form ever.
Wow.
I'm never coming back.
Vikki, 30 times. If you can top that, go to our Facebook page.
Yeah. So I don't think anybody got 30 on, because you put it up on your page, and then we had it up on the Steve and Vikki podcast page too.
Because you shouldn't discuss things like that.
Well, I know.
We have a classy audience.
And the winner is Carrie Ivy, who guessed 20 times. 20. Vikki did 10 more than that, Carrie, but you got the closest, so you win the poopery.
Okay.
A listener here in the Atlanta area, thank you very much.
Yep, we'll get your poopery. And because Mike was such a dear, to keep track of this, I brought something for your husband.
Okay.
A friend of mine works in movies here in town, and I got him to autograph a picture for your husband from The Expendables of Sylvester Stallone. And so...
Really?
Yes, this is for your husband.
Whoa.
And he's smoking a big cigar. It says Sly Stallone, The Expendables, and he wrote, "Yo, Mike, smoke this, Sylvester Stallone." And he's got a big cigar.
I went through the torture, and he's rewarded. There's just something not fair about
That's
this.
your writing,
thanks.
Tom. That's your writing, Tom.
Steve,
I can tell.
How do you know, Steve?
I can tell. Because I've had enough fake autographs from you.
This isn't real?
No, it's not. I went on eBay trying to figure out how to duplicate his signature, and I already screwed up one poster, so I had to get a second one. But it looks pretty good. I switched to blue ink from black ink. I thought it looked more believable.
Yeah. The Yo Mike I recognize right away as your printing.
Yo Mike.
Yeah.
But Stallone prints like that a little bit.
Does he?
Yeah.
You looked at his autograph to try to imitate it?
They were for sale on eBay, so I looked at how he wrote his letters.
Yeah. But you probably were imitating another guy from Omaha that's imitating a guy from San Francisco writing. Yeah. You can't trust the...
Don't tell your husband. He doesn't listen to this show anyway, so
Yeah.
he'll never know that
Yeah.
it's not real.
That's pretty funny.
That's funny.
He'll go out and spend $200 to get that framed.
He won't.
No.
Well, they do have Halloween. The number one Halloween costume is a hazmat suit right now. It certainly is.
Yeah. Yep.
Only in
Actually, the
America.
story.
That's only in America. You
Yep.
know, take a tragedy and make.
Is that for adults? Because I still think
Yeah.
Frozen costumes are I'm going to see 1 million of those
Yeah.
on Halloween.
Yeah, Lucy called us last night, and she's going to be whoever the girl was.
Elsa or Anna?
Yeah, I think so. And then Connor's dressing up as the snowman.
See?
And
now that's
Jack
that's
is...
what kids should be dressed
okay.
as.
Well, this is for adults.
No, but they have them for children.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, for
Really?
kids. I saw them on the Today Show.
Jeez, that's awful.
And speaking of Frozen, which, by the way, is the biggest grossing animated film of all time, they now have, Vikki, would you wear one? Wedding dresses from Frozen. Frozen wedding dresses.
No.
Steve, that's for the relationship that's going to be cold. Okay. I worked on that one on the way up.
Did you?
I
Very
liked
good.
it. That was very good, Tom.
Too many penis coladas.
Speaking of Ebola, a lot of people are talking about Dr. Nancy Snyderman, the NBC doctor who was quarantined for 21 days, but she broke the quarantine to go out and get to-go food. And she goes, "I'm sorry if I've alarmed anyone," and she apologized, but I think she should be setting the example. She says she didn't have a fever. She wasn't what she thought was contagious. But when you're the NBC head doctor, and you should set the example?
Exactly.
Sure.
Yes.
And stay in your house for 21 days.
Well, I want to know, these two, now a second person has got it at the hospital, right?
A nurse.
And the CDC said that they wish they had acted differently sooner.
And I think the thing is that you don't become contagious until you start showing the signs of a fever and so forth, right? From what
And I was
understand.
watching the news, and they were talking about, I guess, billions of molecules. Now, I'm not a scientist, so I'm probably going to screw this up. But they
You're
said
not a scientist? I thought you were.
This is, I guess, what I'm trying to say is the Ebola strain is 100 times worse, I believe, than HIV.
And our team from Serve International that I volunteer for just traveled to Africa Monday. They're there for 11 days, but they're going to North Africa. So we fly to Nairobi, and then we go into our orphanage in Lodwar, which I did actually a year ago this week. So our prayers are with them and the great work they're doing, and just for everyone.
Well, I really hate to hear that our healthcare workers are catching this, because they're obviously going into a very dangerous job. I wouldn't do that job, right?
I'm grateful for the nurses and the doctors,
yeah.
especially the nurses who
Absolutely.
Who take care of us when we're in the hospital.
Absolutely. So we wish the best for them.
Yeah, we
and
do.
Hope we can contain this.
Oh, did you hear Bill Cosby? He's coming up to Athens, of all places, for a concert.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I saw that because he's got a book out, right?
Yeah, it's on October 26th, 3 and 7. But the 7 o'clock show sold out. I think most of his audience is going to be students at UGA, wouldn't you think?
How about a little bit of Bill Cosby?
Yeah.
The two men in the wedding, important, are told what to do. The father of the bride is told, you walk her down here, give her to him, and then you come over and sit beside me. And stay sober. And don't go around asking strangers how much they think all of this costs. So much for the power of the father of the bride. The groom has no power. He's given an opportunity to invite all of his best buddies. They come and they are called the groomsmen. And the reason why he's given that privilege is because this is the last time he will ever see them. Except maybe as pallbearers. Now, I don't know if you're planning to get married for the first time. All you fellas, now just listen to me carefully. If you can swing it, I think it'll be very nice. Take the father of the bride out. Let him sit next to the bride's mother. In his place, while you're standing and waiting for her, you will put your mother, the groom's mother, think about it, is bringing her. You see, you can now see your whole life. Here comes the woman who brought you into this world, now bringing to you the woman who is going to, no, let me say it. Take you out.
Man, he's still got it, doesn't he? Good stuff. Thank you, Bill.
Let's lighten it up with a look inside the Neiman Marcus Christmas catalog.
Yay! What?
Yay!
What?
Sound the Oprah Christmas music. Okay. Oh, I love this song. Steve, so the book came out this week, and some of the big ticket items, which, and Neiman Marcus's defense, they're donating a percentage of the sales of these big ticket items to, of course, their own charity. So they can take the write-off.
Right.
But how about a $95,000 Maserati? Yeah.
Sorry, Mexican. It's a Mexican. Sorry about that.
Wow.
Just a mere, yeah, and it's one of only 100 of the cars made. Limit one per person.
How fast does it go?
0 to 60 and 95 grand.
Except in Atlanta.
Yes.
Where it gets
How
stuck.
about this, Steve? Now, you would love this, Steve.
Okay.
An ATV vehicle that goes from land to water.
Oh, it would.
$50,000.
Really? Wow.
It's got cute little turtles on it. Vikki, I thought of you when I heard this.
Okay.
Perfume. Your own custom perfume from the House of Creed from the late 1700s. Have you heard of the House of Creed?
I have not.
Okay, good. Well, they're very expensive. You go to Paris, white glove treatment. You design, the master designer of fragrances, Olivier, will design a fragrance just for you. Guess how much it costs?
$20,000.
$475,000.
What? That was French. And it smells like potpourri.
Yes.
When you're all done.
And let's see, the last one is, how about from New Orleans? A company there made linen sheets. They'll outfit your entire house and your bathroom, all your bedrooms and linens, custom made, $55,000.
Wow.
We'll put the whole list up on our Steve and Vikki Facebook podcast page.
Do we have any sponsors?
Oh, yes, we do. Brand new. We welcome Nancy Bobenglow of Plants and Things, now with 13 locations around Atlanta.
Hi, I'm Nancy Bovinglow from Plants and Things. We're having a sale this month on...
Start again.
Hi, I'm Nancy Bovinglow from Plants and Things. We're having a sale this month on plants and things. We have some plants and we have some things. We have a sale on all the plants and we have a sale on the things. We have some big plants and we have small plants. We have lots of plants. We have lots of things. We have some small things. We have some big things. All kinds of things at Plants and Things. Come on in during the sale and get a free thing with a plant. And don't forget to watch for our new location, Plants and Things, etc.
Oh, me. Hey,
You know
those of
what?
you that
I'm having a
downloaded
fun
it-
time, by the way. This
we
is
do.
fun.
Well, we do. We love it. I look forward to getting together with you guys weekly on this thing.
Weekly? I mean, we're
Weekly.
continuing after today?
Yeah, I think so. Hey, what do you want to hear? There's a guy named Edward Smith who talks about how he loves to make love to a car
What?
in Australia. Let's hear this.
Yeah, let's hear this.
Can you tell me how you make love to a car?
It has to do with the body itself. It's hugging and holding the shape of the car close to me and actually talking to it a little bit. Is the word.
Certainly this attraction to other people's cars, and you did, you get naked.
I don't get naked. I had my clothes on. I basically just unzip.
Wow.
That's Roy McCoy, Steve's brother.
Yeah. No, his name is Edward Smith. He says he's married to a Volkswagen Beetle that he calls Vanilla, and he's made love to it more than 700 times.
Wow.
Buddy, try a helicopter, please.
First of all, I thought it was Jay Leno for just a second. But I got to admit now, this has come out like this. Back in the 70s, I had a crush on my Pacer.
You did?
Mm-hmm. It has a lot of windows, and it was kind of like an exhibitionist car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you make love to it?
No, I just kind of held it and talked to it.
Did you give it a name? Did it have a name?
Yeah.
What was its name?
Steve.
I walked right into that one, didn't I? I just kind of opened up the door.
I wanted
right
a
there.
Pacer. No, really, I did want a Pacer when I was a kid. I thought it was the greatest. I was down at Hilton Head Island, grew up there in the summers, and they had a contest. You could win from Dial Soap their bars and cars sweepstakes. And so I had my sister and I had to write out. We wrote out like 100 different entries, and we mailed them all in back then. And I didn't win anything, but I wanted one so badly. I got the brochure. I test drove it. A Pacer. Do you remember them?
Yeah, my friend Chris Romer in Nashville, Tennessee, who listens to the podcast, probably going to die laughing right now. He's the only guy I knew that had a Pacer when we lived in Nashville, and that's the only Pacer I've ever been inside. And they actually were very roomy.
Yeah, they were.
They had the roof was like a bubble car.
Yes, it was a bubble.
Yeah, and the roof was really high. I mean, you could stand up almost in the car. But he had that Pacer for a while there.
Oh,
Why did they go away?
Because they were ugly.
But you loved it,
Who
Tom.
made them? Was it a GM product?
AMC Pacer.
That's right, AMC Pacer.
And they had the two-tone interior package with like the two-tone cloth seats, like light brown, dark brown. What a package.
The only car that maybe could have been worse than that would be a Chevrolet Vega, which is what my wife Linda was driving when I met her. A Vega.
Yeah,
Chevrolet
I remember
Vega.
that.
They had an aluminum engine that would melt if it got too hot.
What?
It would melt.
And speaking of your wife, why you sent me a text when you were driving to bring all that furniture to your son, and he says, I deserve sainthood. I said, okay, well, tell me what this is all about.
Well, just, when you're driving by yourself with your spouse and you're going as, for a 2,000-mile trip, 12 hours at least the first day in the car, you're going to hear everything that you do wrong in your life. So that's what the trip turned into. I heard everything that I do wrong in my life.
2 hours or how many
2 hours, 12.
12 hours?
12 hours.
Was
No,
it-
she did not the whole way.
Was it your turn the next day?
No, it's never my turn. It's never my turn.
Why not?
I don't get a turn. Steve doesn't get a turn.
Oh,
I don't get a
Steve.
turn. She's more concerned about my weight. I have gained weight. I gained like 20 more pounds, so I got to lose this. Got to find a way to
Well,
lose it.
Steve, let's get a sponsor.
We need a
workout
trainer. Megan Trainer. I love her because I'm all about the bass. About the bass.
Oh, yeah.
No
Vicky's
trouble.
twerking. Woo!
Wow. Good tune.
Don't you?
That is a good tune.
It's Meghan Trainor. I love her.
Yep. She did a version for Spanx. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Yeah. Oh, I've got it right here.
Let's hear it.
It's all about the Spanx?
Yeah.
Yeah, my mama, she told me don't worry about my thighs. Just squeeze them up into my butt and excite all the guys. Then take a deep breath and push my belly up into my boobs. Then put on a smile and pray that you can still move. I hope you know it's all because of Spanx, cause of Spanx.
No bulges.
It's all because of Spanx, cause of Spanx.
God help us.
It's all because of Spanx, cause of Spanx.
Hi, fellas.
It's all because of Spanx, thanks to Spanx.
Well, speaking of which, I did go last Friday after our show aired. I went to lunch at the new Buckhead Village, where Spanx has their world headquarters.
Is this where you stood in line?
Yeah.
At the shack?
The Shake Shack.
The Shake Shack.
Out of New York.
You stood in line?
Yeah, I did. Now, they have an upstairs deck that's really awesome. You can overlook. The village is really cool. I mean, I'll never spend a dime there because everything's Hermes. And, really, it's Steve. It's
Where do you spend a dime is what I'd like to know. Where do you ever
Don't you ask me for more money.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's, it's a destination to go see this place. And not all of it's open, but the Shake Shack, I like Five Guys and Flip Burger and Farm Burger, things like that, if not better than the Shake Shack. But it's definitely just go try it once kind of place.
Heard that their milkshakes are to die for.
That's what I want to try. I didn't try that. Let's all take the show there and broadcast live.
Oh, sure. If they'll have us, sure, we'll do that.
Up on
That'd
the
be
roof.
Great. Yeah.
Did I ever tell you my story about the first pig roast I ever went to?
No.
Actually, the only one I ever went to. It was in Chicago, and I was visiting. My husband's from Chicago, and he said, it's going to be a great time. It's going to be outdoors. It was the summertime, and his friends had, I'm thinking 50 people are at this party. Well, we were staying downtown in a hotel, and for some reason I couldn't really sleep, so I turned on HBO, and the movie Babe was on, and I'd never seen it.
Oh.
So I'm watching. Do you know what the movie's about?
Yeah.
It's about this little pig,
Yeah.
and the pig is taunted by bullies that say, people just want to eat you. They don't care about you. They just want to eat you. Well, when I got to the pig roast and I saw that thing, I said, in honor of Babe, I cannot. So I never have.
Vikki,
I was.
And this is the thing. You saw that squid at the Georgia Aquarium, and you'll never have calamari.
I know.
Really?
Because what was the name? Was it
Squirt?
Squirt. Squirt. It was a little baby octopus.
Yeah.
And when you take one of those backstage or behind the scenes tours,
Yeah.
it was playing with Legos, and they were examining it, saying that scientific studies show that they're pretty smart creatures.
Mm-hmm.
And this little baby octopus is actually, or squid, putting these Legos together. It was unbelievable. And then he looked at me and winked. And one of the employees said, oh, he must like you. Well, I'm sorry. Now I can't eat his family. I just can't. Could be cousins, brothers, sisters that he hasn't seen in a long time, and I just can't eat them.
That's like the crawfish boil I went to one time. Have you ever been to a crawfish
Yeah.
boil and they want you to suck the heads?
Oh, yeah. Pinch the tail.
I couldn't do that.
You're not good at sucking head?
No, I'm not.
Vikki,
No, Vikki.
don't go there, Vikki.
Jeez.
What?
Your mind is in the gutter.
Deep in the gutter.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Now we know why you come here topless. Jeez.
Put some clothes on.
For some action, please.
This is not a left turn, but you mentioned HBO. They're going to start live streaming.
Let us decide when it's a left turn, okay? Because it kind of sounds like
Talking about Squid,
Yeah.
Babe. What because I said HBO. Okay,
we went
you're
from
right,
sucking
you're
head
right.
to HBO.
Yes.
Which I guess they have on HBO.
They have those movies on there.
They do,
So my
yes,
mama
they do.
didn't let me watch
They
them.
do. Yeah.
You turn that off. That homo box office. I said, okay, mama.
Homo box office. Well, on that note, we'll say thank you very much for listening to our podcast. Back again next Friday at the same time, early in the morning. We put the podcast up on the Steve and Vikki podcast page on Facebook. Also on YouTube, just if you search Steve and Vikki, they'll start to pop up in order there for you.
Yeah, it's facebook.com/The Steve and Vikki Podcast Show.
If you want to get a hold of Vikki Locke, how do they do that?
I'm not speaking to you.
Oh, because the poop thing?
Yes.
Okay, 30 of them. She did 30 of them.
Shut up.
30.
Tom Sullivan, how can they find you?
Find me on my website. Go to tomonair.com.
And I'm Steve McCoy, 2010 at gmail.com or on Facebook or, 31.
We're out of music now. We have to stop talking.
31. Yeah.